Hello and welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we're going to cover employee to business owner mindset. So the goal of starting this business is to work super hard to then have the freedom to do whatever it is that you want to do. An old boss of mine used to say that he was successful because he was super lazy. He would find the fastest, most effective ways of getting results so that he could go back to being lazy. In other words, you're going to work super hard so that you can do whatever you want to do. Even if that means being a couch potato or playing video games all day or whatever that means to you. We're going to work hard so that you can be lazy. There's a quote that's floating around online that goes something like this: you must be willing to work like most people won't so that you can spend the rest of your life like most people can't. And I love that quote. Here's the big challenge. If you're like most people, you've probably spent a lot of your working life as an employee. And you're now going to have to make that big mindset shift from being an employee to a business owner. Trust me, an employee mindset is much different than a business owner. For example, as an employee, your big concern is doing enough work to make sure you get the next paycheck. It's to do enough work to make sure that your boss is happy and that you're doing the work that you should and to keep everything moving along. However, as a business owner, you're thinking about everything like getting new clients, making sure production happens, invoicing, and more. Oh yeah, and getting a paycheck too. So the goal here really is to fast track you it's to put you on the right course from going from an employee mindset to an owner mindset so that you can scale your business so that you can hurry and get to freedom faster, or as I was saying, being lazy. So with this in mind, there are two primary concepts to remember. Number one, you're in charge of your paycheck. I know this one might seem kind of obvious, but coming from an employee mindset, you're used to getting paid every 2 weeks or every Friday or 15th and 30th or whatever it is. As a business owner, there's no one out there to give you a paycheck. It's all up to you. The good news is that the sky is the limit. In other words, hustle and you get paid. Hustle some more and you get paid some more. It's pretty simple actually. You get to make yourself literally more rich by working smart and by working hard. So here's the second concept that you need to remember. You're not going to do all of the work yourself. The first thing to think about this is, instead of thinking, I've got to get this done today, you're going to think this. Think instead, who can I find to get this done today? This might seem like another obvious concept, but you'd be surprised at how tempting it is just to do everything yourself. But this is not how a business owner grows a business. Instead, they put together a team to do the majority of the work for them. In fact, we'll talk about how you'll do this in detail in just a couple of lectures. But don't get me wrong, there will be plenty of work for you to do, but most of it will be spent in driving more revenue. You're going to hear me talk about business owner driving revenue a lot throughout this, and it's because that's what you have to do. You can't get hung up on doing the production side of things. If you're going to get hung up on anything, it's making more sales. Your team, you'll be able to build a team that will take care of most of the client work for you. So if you can really embrace these two concepts alone, you're going to be light years ahead of most of your other entrepreneur buddies or any other entrepreneurs that are trying to get started. And actually, you're going to need this employee to business owner mindset shift in order to create your vision and goals. And that's what we're going to talk about next in a couple of courses. Right now, we're going to talk about a word about partnerships. So let's jump into that lecture. I'll see you in the next lecture.